Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents Predict the Outcome for WWE Survivor Series. Only the strong survive. And I mean, when they survive, only the strong survive. Where Raw meets SmackDown in a battle of brand competition. Survivor Series looking great. As you see, all these important key figures that will be part of the Survivor Series tonight as champion versus champions matches, as well as traditional Survivor Series elimination style matches as well. We'll get to the Survivor Series, predict the outcome. Also, too, coming up on the Pro Wrestling Show, we talk about the latest on hot topics, as there's a lot of going on. As you see, I want to say we saw Jonah. Did we? Okay. We know Hit Row. We're coming from the latest Hit Row being released from WWE earlier this week. We'll get to what's going on with that, and to a lot of injuries and stuff like that going on too. All this and more when the Pro Wrestling Show starts. Presents the Survivor Series. Predict the outcome, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Survivor Series. The Survivor Series. Predict the outcome. As you see right here, Survivor Series coming to you tonight here on Peacock. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. As tonight is Survivor Series. As you see right here, the traditional Survivor Series coming your way tonight is Big E, is the cover boy, as well as a lot of others with Survivor Series as well. Well, we'll get to the first, but let's get to the Survivor Series predict the outcome special. All right, like I said, a lot of words between these two women. These two women have history towards each other. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair meet tonight. It's Becky Lynch will head to Survivor Series as the Raw Women's Champion, as well as Charlotte will head as the SmackDown Women's Champion. If you recall a couple of weeks ago when Becky was the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte was the Raw Women's Champion. They did the title exchange. Things didn't look so good. At both women was blasting each other and saying like unflattering things about each other, saying stuff like many people wouldn't have noticed and stuff. Well, it comes to a head and comes personal. Becky Lynch saying that Charlotte is just mediocre and she just got through because of her family legacy. Charlotte saying that Becky is just a fake champion. These two women who were once best friends, now rivals, go head to head in Survivor Series. Who's going to be leading the Survivor Series as the dominant women's champion of their respective show, a brand or whatever? It's kind of hard. The possibility is hard, but I'm going to say it's going to be a draw because these two women, neither one of them, they're still on their strong suit, and both of them have encounters waiting for them. You got Toni Storm waiting for Charlotte Flair, and you got Liv Morgan waiting on Becky Lynch. So look for this being a draw. Neither woman ain't gonna look bad. They want to look strong. So look for a draw between Charlotte and Becky heading towards Survivor Series. Also, too, speaking of women's action, the women's would take center stage at Survivor Series in a traditional Survivor Series elimination style match. You see Bianca Belair leading Team Raw. She'll be led with Women's Tag Team Champion Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, the number one contender for the Raw Women's title, Carmella and Queen Zelina. If they take on Team SmackDown, Team SmackDown led by Sasha Banks, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi, Natalya, and now Toni Storm. We know that Tony Storm was added to the Survivor Series this week, as Sonya Deville made the choice to put Tony Storm in Survivor Series to equal out the women. So now we know. So it's a possibility that it's a lot of we don't see that too much friction going on Team Raw that much. We know that Vegas Queen Zelina and Carmella having the issue with Rhea Ripley. They had an issue with what's her name, Liv Morgan, and then you never know, Doudrop might come in, tag Bianca Belair. Well, SmackDown a lot of attention too with Sasha and Shotzi, and there's a lot. So I'm looking at Team SmackDown to pick up the win, and then too this revisits the earlier this year when Bianca went against Sasha at WrestleMania. And now they're just team captains with their respective brands. How they gonna play out? All right, we move forward to another match that many people are eagerly anticipating. The Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura takes on United States Champion Damian Priest in a champion versus champion match at Survivor Series. These two men with different contrast styles. Nakamura with his technical abilities, Damian Priest with his somewhat technical ability. He's more like a brawler. These two men meet for the as they're both secondary champions to their respective shows. Gonna be a lot of styles. Nakamura gonna do his kicks, and Damian Priest gonna do his power and his brawling style. But look for Damian Priest to win and get the win over Shinsuke Nakamura. All right, we'll take a little break from the predict the outcome for a very moment. Let's move a little quick to hot topics. All right, on hot topics this week we talk about WWE continues to release more stars, which people didn't see coming. We know that on that list was Hit Row. Hit Row got released. Look, Hit Row got released. Hit Row was a popular group that was up on the rise, and WWE just said, you know what? We don't even want Hit Row. Most time you're gonna do that. And that's what they did. They waste Hit Row time, and Hit Row no longer with it. I knew it was not gonna work. They got rid of B-Fab. I just told them, watch my previous episode, I told Hit Row, hey, watch yourselves, because WWE gonna try to get rid of you. What just happened? Shanti the Adonis appeared on Busted Open, and he was kind of like he didn't want to say too much, but he was saying that WWE booked them and then they unbooked them for this weekend, and it was right on the wall. And he got the call. He missed his call. He called back and he said it was budget cuts. And he got released. So, it's sad. But Triple H ain't nowhere in sight. We don't know what Triple H is at, but we're hearing that a lot of people are looking at Swerve Scott, Isaiah Swerve Scott, or Isaiah Strickland or something, Shane Strickland, and he might be interested in some companies, but who knows? The AEW might pick him up, or Impact might pick him up. So Swerve will be okay. He did like a video, like a spaceship video, like him leaving. I think these folks do these videos just in case if they do leave, because they kind of know they about to go, and if they know they about to go, then they'll just create something. I like that Drake Maverick piece that he did. Drake Maverick did a piece where he was crying, and then he said, "Pick yourself up and go." So look for Drake Maverick to be on the EC3 show or something going forward or something like that. Watch that. So look for that. Also too, Taya Valkyrie, who got released from WWE a couple of weeks ago. Now she's saying saying her husband got fired, and saying this ain't the way WWE should be treating their stars. And saying you don't need to know how, you should not support them if they're gonna do this to stars like that. It's true, but at the same token, You're an independent contractor. WWE can fire you whenever they want to. So you making you make a ton of money, but you just want to fire, get rid of folks. That's how it be. If they ain't got nothing for you, they just ain't got nothing for you. They just don't see it. You gotta go out there and make it look like Drew and Jenna. Go out, you got fired. Go out there and prove yourself. And then if they like what they see, they'll bring it back. And then Vince, he did like what he see. He brought them back because they taller, they're more athletic build and stuff like that. John Morrison, he's still athletic and he's built, but I don't know. Like they said, Miz, he ain't really got nobody to feud with now. Um, also, too, Brandon Thurston tried to explain why they do the budget thing. He's saying what I'm saying, June, and it's a Regis, but they have a budget thing, so they're trying to stay on the green, not on the red. All that money that he got, they don't want to stay, but it is what it is. I believe Hit Row will be somewhere. Go to Impact or something. Impact wants them because AEW got too many stars. So look for that. Also, too, we'll tell with Swerve Scott, he wrote this tweet saying he's preparing himself, and we'll just have to see what's going to be next for him. So we'll see from there. So and then too, Atari saying this about what I was talking about. She wrote that tweet, and then she said something about her husband getting fired. And it's a lot. Tired said she's going back, being tired of Vancouver, not Frankie Monet no more. And then with the Hit Row cast right here, I kind of knew they weren't gonna make him come up. And then Top Dollar eating his words and what he said and stuff. So you got to be careful what you're saying, what you put out there, because you never know what might happen down the road. Also, too, speaking of former WWE star, we tell you that Bronson Reed, who got released earlier this year, in April, now he's making resurfaces to Impact as Jonah. Now he made an appearance on New Japan Pro Wrestling, attacking one of their superstars, and now he made an appearance attacking what's his name? Yeah, Josh Alexander. They Josh Alexander will never be a world. Well, he was world champion for a quick second. But all these obstacles coming out his way. Jonah attacking Josh Alexander as well. So it's a lot. Speaking of that, Nature Boy Ric Flair, who has a new podcast, got to listen to a must listen. Ric Flair talking about that he wants his top 2 belts back. The old NWA World title and the WWE Wing of Eagle title. I don't think you're gonna get the second one back, but I think you might get the first one, but you may not get it because of so much legalities going on. Ric Flair wants his belt back. Ric Flair wants it back badly. Speaking of AEW news, we know the Butcher has an injury and he'll be out because he had a torn bicep. So Butcher is out as well. So we won't know when he'll be back and expect to return. Also, too, AEW announced that their Winter is Coming special. Remember they called the Winter is Coming special from last year when Jon Moxley lost his world title to Kenny Omega, which started his historic reign, almost being a champion for a year, which ended last week from Heyman Adam Page. So Kenny Omega no longer will be at Winter is Coming. He's getting his bicep worked on. But Dave Meltzer put on an important fact right here. Kenny Omega, his title run was really impressive. That he went from the pay-per-views and stuff, spiking in. So Kenny Omega was a important champion during the pandemic and stuff. So big ups to Kenny Omega for that. But too, also too, there's been reports that Johnny Gargano his contract is coming up, but he's not signing. He's trying to push him to sign. Hey, Johnny, no, Johnny's smart enough. He ain't Johnny wrestling for nothing. He's smart enough. He said, y'all doing all these massive releases. I could be next. So Johnny might well pack up your bags and go. Go to New Japan, go to Impact, or go to or better yet AEW if they want you. You never know. Probably go AEW. So they want him. Yeah, could be a possibility. And going to Impact, making it. But we'll see on that. We'll see. All right, that ends the hot topics. Let's move a little bit forward to Survivor Series, with the second part of the predicted outcome for Survivor Series. As we said, Survivor Series is coming your way tonight here on Peacock and other platforms on WWE Network. All right, we talked about a lot. We now, in honor of The Rock having his 25-year anniversary at Survivor Series when he debuted at Survivor Series, there has been a battle royal in his honor. All these superstars will compete. As you see, a couple of former WWE champions, tag team champions, intercontinental champions, and U.S. champions, cruiserweight champions as well. They all battle for the honor of The Rock having his 25th anniversary at Survivor Series. The only person I see can win this battle royal and is smart can do it is AJ Styles. Look for AJ Styles with the help of Moss winning the battle royal in honor of The Rock. So look for that. AJ Styles wins the battle royal. He wins it with the help of Moss. And that might be tension right there. Speaking of tension, the men that took the titles from AJ and Moss are also in competition as well, as Randy Orton and Riddle representing Raw as his tag team champions to take on the Usos, the SmackDown tag team champions, and a tag team champions versus tag team champions dual warfare. These two men had a brief encounter this past week on Raw in a 6-man tag team match when they teamed up with Red Arcade Bro teamed up with Big E, and the Usos team up with Seth Rollins. Well, now these two tag team champions now put their in their mouth what they were between the two. So I'm looking at it like this. There's been some tension going on between Red Arcade Bro. Look for the Usos to win over Red Arcade Bro, because there's going to be a lack of communication between Riddle and Randy Orton, planting the seeds for their match. I think they'll probably have a match at WrestleMania. I think. So look for that. Also, too, at Survivor Series, the men's Survivor Series, traditional Survivor Series match, Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. I'm assuming Drew McIntyre will lead Team SmackDown as its captain when he joined forces with Jeff Hardy, King Woods, Sheamus, and Happy Corbin to take on the team led by team captain Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Lashley, and Austin Theory. Like I said, these matches at Survivor Series are important. I mean, like King Woods even asked a question like, "What do we get from this?" And then King Woods made a suggestion that the winners of Survivor Series. It been a lot of possible suggestions. The winner of Survivor Series should, if the winners win, they get the spots 27 through 30. But if the losers lose, then they get spots 1 through 4, so 1 through 5 or something like that at Royal Rumble or something. But they ain't gonna do that. And then someone made a clear number that the winners, whoever wins, if the winning team get the superstars from that brand. I don't know, they ain't gonna work neither. But no, they ain't gonna do that. It's just Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. And then you got to see who's been having issues as late. And then Sheamus was added into this battle royal this past week on this past Friday on SmackDown when he had to compete against Jinder Mahal, Cesaro, and Ricochet to earn his spot. And we kind of knew with the help of Rich Holland what's going on with that. Look for team. Man, let's see. Look for Team Raw to win over Team SmackDown. And then I bet the weak link be probably King Woods. So look for Team Raw to win because you got Lashley, you got Seth Rollins. They're gonna try to build Austin Theory up as a star tomorrow. That's what they're doing, like the John Cena. I know it. Look for that on 4. So, and finally, the main event at Survivor Series. You see right here, the poster child of Survivor Series, Big E, the WWE champion, be granted center stage as he takes on the dominant Universal Champion Roman Reigns in a match that many people are talking about. Everybody's been raving about. This match should have happened. This feud should have. This feud built up slowly. When Big E was on SmackDown and he had the Money in the Bank championship. He was the Intercontinental Champion at the beginning of the year, and Big E saying that he wanted to go against Roman Reigns, and Paul Heyman tried to talk him out of it and then tried to say, you're not ready. And now Big E is ready. He's WWE champion. Big E takes on Roman Reigns in a match that many people say now is sort of like it's easy and simple for Roman. But this past week on SmackDown, past Friday, Big E made an unexpected return to SmackDown by punking out the Usos and try to help defend his friend King Woods and Roman had their match last week with a lot of stipulations. Now the stipulations are ahead as Big E meets Roman Reigns, champion versus champion, WWE champion versus Universal champion. Ain't no question about it. Roman Reigns is gonna win. No question. Roman Reigns will win over Big E. Big E will put a valiant fight, but at the end, Roman Reigns will win the match and be the dominant champion of his show and the dominant champion of WWE. And if he had his choice, he'd be the dominant champion of Raw, but that ain't gonna be possible unless you're gonna do the undisputed WWE championship match, which this match is non-title. So this is gonna be the main event. Big E will lose to Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. This for Survivor Series. Predict the outcome. I hope all your predictions come true at Survivor Series as well. Of all these matches that you see right here, and you see the pinnacle faces that's going to be part of Survivor Series tonight. So, for me being Kendra Dick saying so long, and we'll see you